opening up Cobra Kai so we can fight back. Take down... No, I'm not opening up Cobra Kai, am I?
No.
Probably not.
In today's video, we're gonna uncover some behind-the-scenes secrets of Cobra Kai. What do you say we go sniffing behind the scenes and see what we find? Make sure you stick around because this even surprised me. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. First, there is a fake location. One of the things we love so much about the show is that it films in a ton of different locations that help us see and understand things from each character's perspective. There are scenes shot in Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai Dojo, the high school, Johnny's tiny apartment, Daniel's big house, Miguel's apartment, the service bay of Larusso's auto group, and in season 3, it looks like we're going to Okinawa. Oops, sorry, spoiler. Some people speculated that the Cobra Kai dojo was a set designed to look exactly like the dojo from the original movie, but this theory was debunked by a behind-the-scenes video where we hear a siren blaring outside as Daniel trains his students. It turns out these speculations weren't completely wrong. The show does have one fake location, but it's not the Cobra Kai dojo. The fake location is, wait for it, Miguel's apartment. In an interview, one of the crew members revealed that Miguel's house isn't real. He went ahead to say that none of the doors lead anywhere. The set designers did a pretty good job because we certainly didn't see that coming. Did you? Second, even senseis cry. In season 2 of the series, Daniel reopened Miyagi-Do after paying a visit to Mr. Miyagi's grave. Ralph Macchio, the actor who plays Daniel Larusso, revealed in an interview with Forbes that the episode was an emotional roller coaster for him. In the interview, Macchio said, "That rush of emotions came over me. Just the realization that this is yesterday and where it all began. The fact that Pat Morita has passed and both our directors, John Avildsen and producer Jerry Weintraub, are no longer with us. I went back to my dressing room and had all these emotions. It was really moving for me to be back into this world." Ralph admitted to feeling very emotional and even getting to the point of doubting his ability and the ability of the cast to do justice to the legacy of the original 1984 Karate Kid movie. After taking time to breathe, Ralph returned to the set, and the way we see it, he and the other cast members are doing justice to the original franchise, keeping the memory of the icons who have passed alive. Next, movie magic, aka special effects. Some of the most impressive things about this series is the fact that the actors actually do most of the stunts themselves. Sure, there's an occasional stunt double, but most times the actors, most of whom have a few martial arts tricks up their sleeves, perform their action scenes themselves. Of course, this takes a lot of rigorous training, time, and dedication, especially for the few actors who don't have any background in martial arts. However, we're sure that when they are done shooting and think about all the perfectly executed moves, it'll all seem worth it. Speaking of rigorous training, one of the scenes that took hours and hours of training was the infamous mall fight. You have to admit this scene is perfectly executed and very exciting to watch. One member of the cast had a confession to make. Remember that Matrix-style spinning kick Sam executed? Well, she may or may not have had a little help in the form of a rope attached to her body that helped her defy gravity and maximize her time in the air. The rope is visible in exclusive behind-the-scenes footage, and Mary Mouser even confessed to having a rope attached to her for that scene. Effects or not, the cast of this show definitely put in their best to make the show a success. The rivalry only exists on stage. As far back as the original movie that was released in 1984, Johnny Lawrence and Daniel Larusso have been rivals. Over 30 years later, the spin-off series was released, and it turns out that nothing has changed. The two men were still at each other's throats, and that's when it became clear that this was a lifelong rivalry. We all reached for big bowls of popcorn and settled down to enjoy the show, because who doesn't love a good rivalry? Just in case you somehow thought that the rivalry on set would make its way to the real world, as we have seen happen countless times in Hollywood, sorry to burst your bubble, but it didn't. The two men are actually great friends in real life. When you think about it, the friendship actually makes sense because the two men have much more in common than the rest of us will ever understand. They starred alongside each other in the original Karate Kid movie. Now, over 30 years later, after losing some crew members from the original along the way, they're working together again on the set of the spin-off series. How close are they? Close enough to go grocery shopping together. In an interview, William revealed that when they touched down in Atlanta to film Cobra Kai, they went grocery shopping together. So while you sat at home thinking of the lifelong rivalry extended to the real-life affairs, the two were grocery shopping together and asking each other if they wanted egg whites and grapes. Later in the interview, William went on to describe both him and Ralph as an odd couple, and honestly, we couldn't agree more. Next, some members of the cast got to keep souvenirs. In the original movie, some cast members got to keep souvenirs from their time on set, and Ralph Macchio got to keep the coolest souvenir of them all, his car from the original movie. How cool is that? The car was refitted with a new engine. It was decided that it would be featured in Cobra Kai. Back to souvenirs, it seems that the Cobra Kai creators are taking a page out of the original movie's books and letting actors keep souvenirs. So far, the two cast members who have gotten to keep souvenirs are Mary and Jacob. The costume designer let Mary keep her entire outfit after shooting the most epic date scene because Mary was really sick the day the cast went to do their end-of-season photo shoot. Jacob, on the other hand, was lucky enough to find a gear that tickled his fancy. While filming the Junkyard episode, he declared that he was keeping it to hang on his walls, and the rest is history. If you could take any item from the Cobra Kai set as a souvenir, what would you take? Lastly, did you know William Zabka improvised a few times? One of the many ways the creators infused humor into the show is through Johnny Lawrence's lines. His sentences are usually humor-infused and dripping with the sarcasm that we've all come to love. It also seems Zabka is starting to get a little too into his character. Remember the scene where Johnny was all up in his feelings, thinking about how unsuccessful he was compared to Daniel, and then he proceeded to draw something unmentionable on a billboard that had a picture of Daniel on it? Of course you do. The incident was hilarious. Daniel saw Johnny's art and wasn't pleased, so he started investigating, and he finally figured out that Johnny was the culprit. Daniel proceeded to tell his wife that the artist who had sprayed on the billboard of him was Johnny. At this point, Johnny decided to deviate from the lines that were written in his script. He said he had drawn a rocket ship. This joke was a Zabka original, and it made us wonder if maybe, just maybe, William Zabka has more in common with his character than he's letting on. So what did you think about all of these behind-the-scenes secrets from Cobra Kai? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, that wraps up the video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, then make sure you stick around, because we're gonna be uploading more awesome Cobra Kai videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple.